All right, sweetie pie. Let's see. Let's see back. There we go. Oh, I'm back. Girl. All right, so this is Lemon. Little 6-year-old Palomino quarter horse. Girl. All right, she's a new patient for me, but seems very, very easy, very quiet. Good girl. Woof. Got to figure out where they do and do not like being touched. For her, she doesn't like her mouth messed with, and she didn't like that little touch on her belly either. So she's got to learn me, I got to learn her, and especially when the owner's not present, it's just a little bit more time consuming to build that rapport, just because you don't have the information directly from the client as to what their horse does and doesn't like sometimes. Oh. So definitely all about patience, especially with the new guys. She's pretty high on the right side of her pelvis, but that left leg is forward. And when that left hind is forward, I actually want the left side of the pelvis to be a little bit higher than the right. So got some restrictions going on at the SI joints there. Hello, Jacqueline. Yeah, it's beautiful, beautiful here today. A little chilly this morning, but perfect, perfect day. It's supposed to be right around 80 degrees. Oh, that's a good girl. Oh. Come on. Girl. There we go. There we go. She's just like, what are you doing with my butt? I'm not sure what you're doing with my butt, so I'm gonna walk away. And we'll just start again. So nice and easy, lateral bending. You can kind of see how her body moves when I pull the root of her tail towards me. You can see her head going back and forth with the same rhythm. And that's really what I want to see. Will her butt come towards me, and does that movement make it all the way up to the tip of her muzzle? And you can see that it does. And she's not fighting that at all, so that's beautiful. And then of course, I'm always comparing left side to right side. So I'll do the same thing over here, and she's definitely higher on this side of her pelvis at the SI joint. So let's see what kind of motion we get here, and if she fights me on it at all. And it's definitely tighter. She's definitely tighter, laterally flexing her pelvis towards me. Good girl. A little bit more concern there in the face, and almost like she wants to walk away from it. So that's pretty good, but definitely have a restriction there. So that's going to be my first thing, is I'm going to adjust that SI joint. Good morning, Cindy. Hope you had an awesome weekend. I was off yesterday. So I'm going to adjust this SI joint here, and this is the second time in the 5 minutes I've been working on her that she's rested that right hind. So I'm going to get her back. I don't want that leg forward when I'm doing an extension adjustment. I want that leg, I want the feet either squared, or I want the side that I'm adjusting to be slightly behind the other one. And that's how this right hind is right now. There we go. Good girl. So I'm gonna bring her back because she took a little step back with her left hind. Come on. I want to bring her forward just a touch. There we go. Right there is perfect. But that thing released just with pressure. So I'm going to extend her down. Just make sure that thing's moving good. There we go. You see that tail swishing right there. So something's bothering her back there. Bring her one step forward. There we go. Yeah, she's a sweetheart. Super, super well behaved. Look at this. And I haven't worked with her before, but she's just super cuddly and very quiet, very sweet. Thank you guys for jumping in on the live. I really appreciate it. Looks like we only have about 24 people in here. If any of you wouldn't mind hitting that share button for me, I would really appreciate that. So you can see that pelvic flexion reflex, she's not a fan. So we definitely have some discomfort going on in the SI joints. Also, if you don't mind double tapping your screen or hitting that like button for me, just to let YouTube know that people are enjoying the content so they can share it a little bit more, that would be awesome. There we go. All right. Bring her back over here. Good girl. Oh. Oh, there we go. Good girl. Good girl. Good girl. She's just like, holy smokes, what is happening right now? Yep, you got it, sacroiliac. And for those of you that don't know, when you're talking about a joint, the joint's obviously a combination of two or more bones, and where they join is called the joint, obviously. So you can usually figure out the bones that make up the joint in the name of the joint. So we call it the sacroiliac joint because that joint is between the sacrum and the ilium. So sacroiliac. This is real tight here, so I'm going to adjust this left side of her lower neck. Oh, there we go. Good girl. Good girl. That was great. There we go. That was good. So I'll give her a second with that one. Yeah, they do. The vast majority of their bodies, if you look at us as bipeds and you just put us on our hands and feet like this, you can pretty much make, I would say, probably 90% of their structure is the same as ours. The huge difference is they don't have collarbones like we do, so they don't have a bony attachment between the shoulder and the main structure like we do. It's just all soft tissue holding their shoulders on there. Obviously, they have more vertebrae than us. They have 6 lumbars, we have 5. They have 18 thoracics, we have 12. They have 7 cervical vertebrae, so do we. But they, because they have 18 thoracics, they have 18 ribs on each side, so they have 36 ribs, or we have 24 ribs. And then, of course, like if you look at our wrist to hand, this is their wrist and that's the hand. And this is a metacarpal, that's a metacarpal, this is a metacarpal. All the bones match up of the lower leg, except they only have a P3, they only have this one. But from the wrist all the way down, it matches. We just call the bones by different names, and the joints obviously by different names because of that. That's a good boy. Oh, there he goes, a nice little release in the neck. So yeah, everybody calls this a knee because we say horses have 4 legs, but it's not a knee, it's actually a wrist. And if you look at it under a x-ray, you can see that it's actually a wrist and not a knee. But there's more similarities in horse structure than not between us and horses. Yeah, she's a beauty. She is a beauty. All right, let me check her pole. How did I know this was going to be touchy? Look, she doesn't like that. She doesn't like her mouth messed with. And if her pole and her mouth are both this sensitive, I can almost guarantee we're going to find some sensitivities either in the TMJ or the hyoid or both. So the sensitivity up on her pole is on her right side. It's on this side, right? It's on this side, not this side. Look, that side's fine. This side's not so fine. So most of the time, if you have sensitivity at the pole on one side, you're also going to have sensitivity at the hyoid on the same side. See right there? So that's hyoid sensitivity there. And you can also have TMJ sensitivity as well. And look, she's sensitive at her TMJ also. Let's see if she's sensitive here too. So nothing, no sensitivity here. But when I check this side, she just wants to kind of get away from it. So I'm gonna try to fix that hyoid, but she doesn't like her mouth being messed with. So it's gonna be a difficult task for sure. But if I can get her to relax enough so I can get that tongue out, I can help her. And this is a challenge with a horse that doesn't like her mouth touched. When she's got a hyoid issue, the best way to fix that hyoid issue, if it's on one side, is just to get her, good girl, is just to get her tongue out on the opposite side. Whoa. And this is a horse that you can see her kind of rearing up. This is a horse that could easily flip herself over if you're too, see that? If you're too aggressive. So you got to be real careful. Oh, sweetie pie. Oh, sweetie pie. Come on. So this is a horse that, if I can't correct this because of this behavior, I would try to see if we can get a vet out here so we can sedate her just enough so I can get her tongue out. I can't sedate her because she's well, I'm not a veterinarian, so I don't sedate horses, but easy. So one thing I can try, if she's gonna pull back like this, is I can put her butt in the corner and see if she'll stand still because she's got nowhere to go. But if she won't stand still, you know, the danger is if you put a horse in the corner to try to get them to stand still, and they're very reactive to the mouth like this, you know, they might figure out, hey, I can't go backwards, but I'm bigger than you and I can come over the top of you. I'd really love to get this worked out though. The other option is to stay out of the mouth, and then you can work the muscles under the jowls versus pulling the tongue out. But getting the tongue out is by far the best way to help with this. Easy, mare. Easy, mare. Easy. Good girl. Good girl. And she's not being mean or exhibiting bad behavior here. This is like something hurts, or, you know, maybe she was lip twitched before and doesn't want you messing with her mouth. Oh. But I want her to try to figure this out, and trust me, easy. Good girl. That's a good girl. Oh, that's a good girl. Whoa. Ah, darn it. Easy. I've been pawed in the chest before by a mare that did not like her mouth touch, so I don't want to get her that pissed off before she tries to jump over on top of me. Easy. Come on. Easy. Like that. We're not going to do that. So the other option, come on. So I think the safest option is just going to be to see if we can get the vet out, get her sedated a little bit, and then we'll be able to help her more. But she's not sore on this side. You see, like, this is fine, nothing there. But this side, you see that? Like, that's just immediate, right? If you hit that spot, head goes up. So I'm just going to do a little soft tissue work up under here directly on the sore spot. It's right there. So I'm just going to hold very light pressure there. And I want to feel her starting to push that head down into my pressure, into my finger. I'm not trying to jam my finger up there, right? I'm right before the spot where she'll throw her head up. So I'm trying to, initially I want to push up, right, until I get that response. And then in order to treat the muscles, I want to push just shy of that tension. I don't want to push into that tension too far to where she throws her head up, but I want to be right before that point where she's going to toss the head, and I'm just going to hold this. And you should be able to start seeing her head drop. And I'm not pulling, see? So that's what you want, that little, oh, okay, that little release there. So I'm just gonna keep my pressure right there. Good girl. And see if she'll relax into that. So there we go, now look. Okay, so it's much better. You can see there's a little bit of a head toss there still, but she's not violently pulling her head away or jerking her head up or anything like that. So that's the second option, right? The first option is to get her head out, get her tongue out. And if they won't allow that, then you can just get on that sore spot up underneath and get them to work that out. But good girl, good girl. Good girl, good girl. Oh, good girl. Good girl. Good girl. It's okay. Easy, easy. Easy. Good girl. Good girl. Oh. That's a good girl. Easy. There we go. Ah, almost. All right, I'll quit torturing her with that. All right, sweet. Get her legs done real quick. So I'll probably come back out here in a few weeks to recheck that. Oh, there's a nice release in the shoulder. Girl. Or what I'll do, I'm at Miller Equine Rehab and Performance in Cave Creek. So what I'll probably do is pass along to the owner, Chelsea, that she should, or the owner should check that sensitivity at the hyoid in about a week or two, see if it's better. And if it's not, then we'll schedule a time where the vet can come out and I'll come out at the same time. Oh, there we go. The vet can sedate her a little bit and then I can get in there and get that tongue out. I don't want her to be totally sedated because I want her to work that tongue as I pull it out of her mouth. I just don't want her to be rearing like this. And I just posted a couple of videos over on my TikTok and on my Instagram of another horse that I did a hyoid correction on. It's the last two videos that I posted. So if you go over to Instagram or TikTok and just look up Sport Horse Chiropractic, you'll see how well pulling the tongue out helps with the hyoid issues. There we go. Hey, good girl. Huh, good girl. I have a pretty big cut on my thumb, so I had the tongue out, but I couldn't hold on to it. So definitely in a week or two, I'll be able to give it a better shot also. Oh, good girl. Good girl. Good girl. She's good. Very quiet, very trusting. Even though this is our first time. Sorry guys, I can hardly see. The screen is kind of dark. Let's see. Yeah, thanks Cindy. Yeah, if you guys want to subscribe, I'd love to have you. And thank you, Elizabeth. I really appreciate that. Whoops. Yeah, Gary, weather is awesome here today. Thank you, Jose, or Josie, not sure on that one. All right, so let me get this leg up. Good girl. Good girl. Oh, nice head shake and licking the lips there. Awesome. Good girl. Yeah, she just does not like anything to do with her mouth. So I'll chat with the owner. Can't really even stretch her TMJ because she just pulls away from you. But I'll chat with the owner, chat with the girl that owns the rehab center and see what we can do with the veterinarian. Because she could definitely benefit from a little sedation so I can get in there and do some more work on that hyoid. But for now, she's all done. Hopefully I can go live on another horse today. If not, I hope you guys have a wonderful day. And thank you guys for hopping in and joining the live. I will see you when I see you.